If you're looking for a way to get your fire started, check out procamptech.com. They've got fat rope stick, fire strip roll, and more. Check them out, procamptech.com. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at the Powertac E5R-G4. And as we start off, I want to mention to you that if you use the code EDTV40, so Everyday Tactical Vids 40, over on the Powertac website, you're going to save 40% off for anything you purchase over there. So major savings from those guys. This is the E5R-G4. Like you can obviously tell from the G4, it's the 4th generation. Let me tell you a little bit about this. Your LED type is a Cree XHP35 white LED. For batteries, you can use 2 CR123As or one 18650 in it. As far as your length, you're looking at 133.2 millimeters. Your bezel diameter is 25.4 millimeters. Your body diameter is 23 millimeters. So I've got my tape measure here. So you're looking at about 5¼ inches. And then I guess it's going to be, let's go right across the back there. A little bit less than 1 inch across. Weight, they're saying 76 grams without the battery. As I always say, it's kind of pointless to talk about it without the battery because no one uses a flashlight without a battery. So let's put this down here. And then we'll put this right on top and see what it weighs with the battery inside. 4.33 ounces. So 4.33 ounces for the E5R-G4. So some of the details on this, we have a bunch of different outputs. Now with the 18650, your Firefly is going to be 0.33 lumens. That's going to run for 45 days. Your low is 57 lumens for 17.4 hours. Your medium is 214 lumens for 5.38 hours. Your high is 850 lumens for 2.2 hours. And your turbo is 1800 lumens for 2.01 hours. And your strobe is 670 lumens, and that's for 4.53 hours. So we do have a slightly different output when we compare that to the 2 CR123s. That's going to be 0.33 lumens for 45 days, 57 lumens for 10.2 hours, so a lower amount of hours there. 214 lumens at medium for 4 hours, that's lower output there. 860 lumens at high, that's going to be 1.2 hours, that's also less time. And it can't go up to the turbo with the 2 CR123s. And then you're going to have 670 lumens for your strobe at 4.2 hours. Now with the light, you're going to get a couple of additional items. You're going to get one of these holsters, and it's made out of a very durable plastic. I don't think it's Kydex, but it's very durable, and it slides in. So it slides in like this. I have used this light quite a bit, but I don't ever use the holster, so it's very snug when you first get it. So you're going to have to take it in and out, and eventually it'll loosen up a little bit. It does have a clip on the back there, so you can put that over your belt if you want to do that. So you've got the light. You got the holster here. It does come with a lanyard that you're going to run through this little loop right there if you want to put the lanyard on. I generally don't use a lanyard. You can see it also comes with a charging cord, and the charging cord goes right there. It is magnetic. It is proprietary. It does have a standard USB end on it. And this looks like the some of those cords that they actually, I think Anker makes, that are just more durable. I don't know if at least the Anker ones are Kevlar. But anyhow, it's much more durable than your average just charging cord. So we have that. And then you can get additional things. Like I got this red filter that's basically rubberized with the red filter on the end, a little bit dirty. When you turn it on, obviously you're going to get red. Sometimes you put a filter on and it just doesn't, it works okay, but it makes everything really dim because the filter is so thick. But this one works quite well. You can also mount this to a weapon, and they do have weapon mounts as well as remote switches that you basically take off your end cap and put a different switch on, so you can use it on a firearm. Your max throw is 320 meters. It is drop resistant to 2 meters, and it is waterproof, IPX8 rated, so good down to 2 meters. So I've EDC'd this light for a bit. What can I tell you about it? Well, it's definitely bigger than some EDC lights that people use. I'll compare it to, there's my S1R Baton 2 in red. So I mean, it's basically like over double the size. So definitely I wouldn't call it a large, but it's a larger light. I would say, let me move this up a little bit. It's about the same size as the, this is the Olight Warrior. Let me give the official name here. M2R Pro Warrior. I do find that the Warrior, because it's running, what is it, 27640, I think is the battery. It's just heavier and it's beefier. So this one's a little bit more cumbersome. So I do like an end pressure switch. They both have it. This one has the metal one, which I find a little bit harder to use. I do have a bunch of O lights here, so let me compare it to, what do I have here? The Baton Pro. So there is size-wise compared to the Baton Pro. Bigger than it, about the same size as far as your bezel diameter. I will tell you that the knurling on this is pretty aggressive, so just be careful as far as beating up your pockets. But I do really like this flashlight. I mean, 1800 lumens in something this compact is really nice. And the way it's going to cycle through, let me just turn this on here. Go up to the highest, I'll go back down to, so we've got it on the Firefly, and then low, medium, high, up to turbo, and then back down to Firefly again. And then if you hold this down, it's going to go to strobe, so strobe. And then when you click it again, it's going to go off. And then press the end pressure switch here to turn it off. And then obviously you can do momentary, let me bring this up a notch here, but you can do momentary on and off just by lightly depressing the end pressure switch. So for me, I like this size flashlight for everyday carry. It's comfortable. It gives me a lot of output. It doesn't feel like it's big and clunky. I know for some people, this proprietary magnetic system for charging is not going to be a win. For other people, they don't mind having this, compared to like a micro USB to a full size USB. Anyhow, I don't mind it. I can throw this into a bag. And the nice thing is that even if you have your 18650 and it dies, you can pop in two CR123As and you're ready to rock and roll. I'll probably take this off because I don't use a lanyard very often. But yeah, this is the light, and let's take it out to the night and show you what it looks like in use. Okay, I'm out here on my front porch. We're starting off the light test at 0.33 lumens. Can't really see a whole lot when you're looking at the porch, but I'll show you my hand here. Just to show you that that does work. We'll go up to 57 lumens here. Really, I just like I guess the quality of the light here when it comes to the output. You know, it's got a hotter center, but a really nice balance overall. Go up to 214 here. Nice light again there. So there's 214, we'll go to 850. And then let's go up to 1800. Okay, out in the front yard, we're looking at the car, which is about 75 feet away. We're going to skip the lowest setting, that Firefly, just because it's pretty much impossible to see anything at a distance. We'll go to 57 here, and then 214. Here's 57. You can definitely see the car just fine. Here's 214. Like I said, a nice balance. You got a hotter center, but you can definitely see a good portion of the yard here. And then here's the 1800. You don't see a huge bump between the 850 and the 1800, but I mean, between the 850 up to the 850, you got tons of output there. Okay, I've got a wider angle now looking at the car again. We're about 85 feet back, so we'll do the 57 and the 214 here. So there's 57, here's 214. And obviously you can see the car when I'm shining it there. You can see over to the edge of the steps there. When I'm shining at the car, I can see almost the entire driveway, which goes all the way. See if you can see the light, right where the light ends there. And then to the car, and I can see the steps as well. Let's go up to the 850. And then here comes the 1800. All right, just to show you the throw with the red filter on. So I've got it at 33, you can't really see anything. Let's go up to 57. You can definitely start to make out the car here. Here's 214. 850. And then the 1800. So even with that red filter on, like I said before, sometimes the red filter can kind of wash out your color so you don't see as well, but with this you can definitely see. And then we'll drop it back down to the Firefly. I guess if you wanted to, you could do the strobe with the red on. Here it goes. So that's what that looks like. I'm gonna go shine the red back at the camera here. I'm going to walk with the red filter on just so you can see what it looks like. So it's at the lowest setting right now. Can't really see anything on the ground. Sorry, the Firefly setting officially. Let's go to low here. There's 214. Before was, I think, 57. You can definitely see a lot. Just walking up the side yard here. There's a tree. Some of the woods. And then here's the 1800. So if you didn't know, with the red light on, it's going to reduce your the impact on your night vision. But I can tell you confidently that with this light on walking around, I can still see quite well, especially when I get up to that 850. This is throwing all the way back into the woods very effectively beyond the shed there in the distance. All right, same shot. We're looking out along my side yard, back to the shed and into the woods without the filter on. If we got on the Firefly, can't really see a whole lot. There's your low. Medium. There's high. Really, I mean, just as a, 850, I'm sure you've experienced this before, but depending on the light, 850 on one light looks like, 2000 on another light. The reflector in this, the LED, just really a ton of light for being at 850 lumens, as opposed to, other lights that look like this when it's a much higher lumen output. And then here's the 1800. As I said before, I don't see a huge difference between the 1800 and the 1850, which is good actually, because at the 850 back here, I could see a little bit of difference, but you're going to save battery power by running it at this and get more burn time as opposed to running it at the 1800. But really nice amount of light. I'll look across the street here at my neighbor's cars. Just a ton of light. I don't want to wake them up. I gotta turn this off. Okay, we're back in the studio now, wrapping up talking about the Powertac E5R-G4. On the website, this was running $114 and some change. With the 40% off code that I offered at the beginning here, you're gonna get this for around $68 and some change. So obviously saving a ton of money. Let me talk about some of the pluses and some of the challenges. Honestly, I think the biggest challenge is just for some people, the knurling is going to be a little bit too aggressive. It's going to beat up their khakis or maybe some jeans even. For me, I don't mind it. I like this size flashlight. Like I showed you before, it's bigger than one of the Batons or Baton Pros, but this is a good size for me. And it's given me a lot of output. I like the light that it puts out. Sometimes you get a light that's just got artifacts and just looks a little bit sloppy as far as the light that's coming out of the flashlight. But this one's very crisp. Some other things I like about it, I do like that it's got a bunch of different options. It just doesn't have like, 2 or 3 outputs. I do like an end pressure switch. I don't mind this selector switch up there because it's a little bit bigger. My preference is that if you have an end selector switch and then an end pressure switch and then a selector switch right there, but this still works for me. Let's see other things. The fact that it runs off 2 CR123s or an 18650, I think that's definitely a win. The sheath or the little holster to carry it is fine. I like that I've got the filter. That's definitely a win too. I do think that the proprietary charging cord, I'd like to see it attach more effectively, like really click in really strong with the magnet. It works fine. For some people, they don't want something proprietary. For me, it's fine. I'd probably prefer just like micro USB or like I think it's called a USB-C as well. But this guy works fine. Just don't lose it. If you do, you have to buy another one. I do like the fact that the cord on the charger is reinforced. Like I said, it's definitely more durable than a lot of the other charging cords that come with flashlights. But this is a cool light, and I've been a fan of Powertac for years. If you've seen some of my other videos, I always talk about how I'm surprised I don't see more videos from people talking about Powertac lights. But this guy's definitely been a winner, and you'll see this in my rotation. And I've got some other lights that are going to be coming up in future reviews from them as well. But yeah, I mean, I think this reminds me of like the Phoenix, it's like PD35 TAC, I think, or PD35R TAC. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit smaller than that, I think. But yeah, just like a ton of output and has functioned really well. And again, it's hard to say exactly like the science behind what the light looks like. But between the LEDs and the reflector, it's a very crisp and clear light that it's putting out, which I really appreciate. So you've seen it on camera. You've heard me talk about it. You can use the links down below to save some money and head over to their website. And let's hear your thoughts. What do you think about this light? And also, if you own other Powertac lights, share that with us as well. I want to hear about your thoughts and your experience with Powertac. All right, guys. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.